but it's got blackberries, raspberries, and apple. I'll show you my ingredients. So I've got frozen blackberries. This is 500 grams. And I still got, I have some that are fresh. I mean, you don't need to have extra one, but we just like to have extra. So this is 150 grams. And then I've got raspberries. This is frozen as well. Got 350 grams there. And then I've got 6 Granny Smith apples and 350 grams of rolled oats. And 1 mango. Okay, so it's really apple, raspberry, blackberry, and mango crumble. So I'm going to peel and boil this for about 7 minutes. Need to get a bowl. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly peel the apple. This is Granny Smith apple. I'm gonna peel it. And then I'm gonna cook it for about 7 minutes with cinnamon and lemon juice. I tell you, it's best to use lemon, fresh lemon, but I don't have any. I forgot to get some from the shop, so just peeling the skin off. So this is Granny Smith apple. I'm using it because I haven't actually seen, I don't think that there's much difference between this and cooking apples. And cooking apples are really expensive. You just get one, behemoth of an apple and, you're weighing it and you're paying like 90. When I've just spent, this has cost me £1.68 for 6. And I have read somewhere that these are actually the best apple to have. They have the most antioxidants. So what's the point of buying cooking apple when I can? Maybe someone can tell me why it's best to use those. But when I've used them, it just comes out the same. It's, you get the same taste from it. So this is the reason I'm using this. And now, so I'm just gonna. Well, you guys know I don't like using chopping board, but use chopping board if you're if you like using them. But for me, I don't. So just cut it that bit and make sure that you take any seed out. The pit. Remove the pit as well. Okay. So this, the preparation really is where the job is. Once you've got your I forgot something. So I need, I use olive oil spread. And I don't use any sugar. This is why I've been harping on about this. So anyone can eat this, diabetics, whoever, because there's no added sugar. And also when I make the crumble, I don't use butter. Don't use any. So I use healthy spread. I'll show you, and there's no taste. It does not ruin the taste of the crumble. You won't notice any difference. The only difference that you'll notice is probably, that at least you're gulping all that, you're eating all that spread. You know that it's olive oil. It's not bad oil. So for your heart. I do apologize. I just don't chopping boards. I feel like they waste my time. Don't copy me, please. I mean, just use chopping board if you like doing that. But look, I've got all that done there. Just okay. And I'm going to add cinnamon. And so I've got the last one to do now, and then I'm going to add a bit of water, cinnamon, and lemon juice, which I don't really like using, but I've got to use it. I like to use the real thing. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, as catty as I am, I forgot to get, and I actually went to the shops. I've just come back from the shops. So that's unforgivable. But when you have 2 children running around, they make you forget what you went to the shop to get. Okay, let's do the cinnamon now. So that's my cinnamon. So I am going to put I say that's a teaspoon because a tablespoon is much bigger. This is a big teaspoon, if we could say. So, and then you spread that, yeah. You stir in. So you could comfortably say that that's your sugar. Whereas if you're making, I remember the first time I made this, I used sugar and I just didn't like it. It's just too sweet. Just too sweet. So I've put a big spoonful of, a teaspoon in there. And then I'm going to squeeze of lemon juice. So one whole lemon would do, okay? The only advantage to using this is that you don't have to, grapple with the seeds, trying to get the seeds out. But that's it. That's all really. Okay, I'm gonna add. Come on now. There. So let's add just a tiny bit of water. Looks like there's a bit of soap in there. Like that. Another one. Right, I've got. So that's not quite half a glass, just almost. So I'm just going to pour that in there. Yeah, that's enough. So about a quarter. Okay, cover that. Okay, now I am going to mix my my oats. So I've got to make sure this is flour, not yeah, that's it. Okay. Just to help you with the measurements, I don't normally really measure anything. I just kind of like my eye is my, you know, they're my guide. But to help you in case you want to follow this recipe. Okay, right. Okay, I need olive oil spread. Okay, so I'm not using stock or butter. I'm using olive oil spread. Okay, I'm not going to use all that. I get the texture that I want from the feel, you know, of my hands. So this is 350 grams of rolled oats. So you have that to 6 Granny Smith's apples. You have 350 grams of frozen raspberry. You have 500 grams of blackberries, and then I have extra blackberries because my children like it. And then I'm gonna have the mango on the side for myself because my kids don't like it. So this is 350 grams of rolled oats. And to that, I am going to add, I can't really tell you until I've done it because I've never had to measure it. So we're a family of 5 and we eat this. This is like, would be enough for a family of 7, let's say, or 7 people. So I've just got this dollop full. Okay, that's enough because all you really need is just enough to kind of like coat it. You don't want the same or the equal measurement of rolled oats and flour. So I've got that one heap ladle full. I'm gonna just put a little bit more. Okay, that's it. Okay, and now I'm going to, so you can see we've had a bit of that. This is 500 grams of olive spread. So I'm using about 250 grams of that. And I would see for myself, you know, when from the feel of my fingers, if that's enough. You just use your hands to I would show you the consistency that I want because what you want is crumble. When I've made it sometimes in the past and I've had too much butter, my sweetheart had said, "Oh, what is this? You smothered it with. It's like eating what do you normally say? It's not crumbly anymore. It's mushy. Yeah, you don't want it to be mushy, so you don't want to add too much butter. Sorry, too much spread. So this is not the consistency I want. That means that I've put too much butter. So I'm going to add some more oats on it. Otherwise, it won't spread properly. It won't spread properly on top of the fruit. So I'll put a bit too much. I think that's more than 250 grams. So I'm gonna turn off the I'm going to turn off the fruit because yeah, it's done. Sorry that that's messy, but just so you can see. So you see, we've got some juice there. We've got some really and then the apple, you don't make it's not mushy. Still, you could still kind of like, it's a bit firm. That's the consistency you want for that one. I'm gonna put the lid back on, and then I'm gonna rescue. Oh dear, just falling in there. I'm gonna rescue this by adding a bit more oats. Okay. Yeah, that's much better. So can you see that consistency? This is what I want. Yeah, so that's done. That is the difficult part. That's like exercise, good exercise for your arms. So I'm now gonna wash my hands and then open the window a bit because it's all steamed up here. Leave the window open a bit. Okay, get the steam out. Okay, not too much mess. Right, we're gonna start the oven. And about 180. Okay. Right. So I've got my blackberry first. Just make sure it's not gone off. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, the reason I'm using both frozen blackberry and raspberry is that they tend to go off unless you, I mean, it's very rare to find the organic one. Unless you get the organic one, they just tend to go off. You know, you get them and then you put it, even though you put it in the fridge, you still get the white moldy stuff. So if you buy the frozen one, you don't have to worry about that, and it's relatively cheaper. That cost me about £2 for 190 gram, and I've got this. I think I paid about £2.25 for this. So you're getting more for your money if you buy the frozen one. So I'm just going to frozen one. So that's the other one. And then raspberry. So the raspberry, how many grams did I say? I think about, 350 grams. So this is really, especially if your kids don't like fruits, summer fruits, this is a very good way of, giving it to them without sugar. Like I said, I don't add sugar. The only sugar we're going to be getting is from the custard. So I've got those, and then I would now pour the apple, and I tell you what I do. The goodness, what's that noise? Okay. Okay, I will now pour the put the apple, and I'm gonna leave the juice or the sauce and use it at last. So the bits that my kids are gonna eat won't have any mango in it because they don't like it. They like to eat mango on its own. They don't like it when it's cooked. But I like the intense, just the sweetness and the texture of it. But knowing that it's fruit sugar that I'm eating and not processed sugar. So I put that. I'm not a big fan of the apple. I like raspberry more, and raspberry and blackberry more. So you can see this is a fruit feast, if you like. Now I'm gonna put, so I have, if you like, put the apple to bed on top of the blackberry and raspberry, and then I'm gonna leave this bit for myself and my big daughter, who we like the mango bit. Okay, so that way when you're scooping it, we know which one is mango, we know which one is which. When I've put this in the oven, we're gonna stop filming, and then when it's cooked, I will come back and show you, and then, you know, make custard and all that. Well, I don't make custard, I already made custard. I'll heat it up, and yeah. So I'm peeling this is ripe mango, so I'm just peeling it. Just taking the skin off, because it's the flesh, the juicy bit we're going to use. So note that I have started the oven already. There you are. I'm not going to use that bit because I'm not quite sure what's happening there. Was, you know, so look, we're just slicing it. Doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have to be clinical about it. Just get the flesh out. You know, you don't need to. It doesn't have to be perfect. This bit is a bit tough, so I'm not gonna ouch. So I don't like that bit because it's not, I don't know what's going on there, but that I've used the juicy part. If the mango is not yielding as you're cutting it, know that it's not ripe, and it's probably not the best to use. But this, I can assure you, was ripe. But this bit now, I don't know. So I'm not going to use that bit. And then what I'm going to do now is, this is my crumble, which you saw me mix, which I mixed. This is 350 grams of rolled oats. And about 50 grams of flour, plain flour. So you just make sure that, look, this is how you know whether the consistency is good for you. Look, if I go like that, it's like you can literally form a ball if you want with it. Then, so that's okay. That's the only way I can describe. So to the 350 grams of rolled oats, I added about 250 grams of olive oil. spread. You saw that, you saw it then, you can get it. So some people would say use unsalted butter, but I can assure you that you don't. This is salted or unsalted, I don't know. All I know is that it's olive oil spread, and that's what I use. And the first time I tried to experiment, I was really worried that it's gonna come out with a funny olive oil taste, but you don't get it. So I'm more happy eating this, knowing that my children can eat this without it affecting their health, in the sense that it's not fat, it's not butter, and also I've got piled this with a lot of fruit. So the only vice here is that we're going to be eating it with custard. There's no sugar. I haven't added any sugar. So as you can see, that's well sealed. I am now going to so remember that juice that we had from the cinnamon? Yes, so from the apple. So I am now gonna drizzle it. Yeah. So this in essence is the sugar, which is cinnamon, which I added to the Granny Smith apple, and a quarter cup of water when I was heating it up. And that's now ready to go in the oven. Okay, and I will put it in the oven, and I will come back. I'll have my dinner, and then I'll come back. I'll tell you how many minutes it takes. Okay, I need to put it in the middle one. So I would come back. I promise you, I won't get it out. You'll see when I get it out, and I'll tell you how many minutes it's been. I can't tell you now, just in case, because it's quite a lot. It's my son's birthday as well, so I'm gonna let him have a heap full. That's why I've made a lot. So that's gone in there. So I'm gonna come back later on. Then I'm gonna time it from now to tell you how many minutes. But normally, because it's cooking on low heat, about 25 minutes, just to allow it to kind of like get a bit crunchy, because I like to get some sort of crunch to it. So I'll come back. It's nearly 8 o'clock now, so about 8:30. About 8:30, I'll come back and then get it out so you can see. All right? Okay. Bye. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure how to stop this. Yeah.